Hey everybody, it's Ezreal Sword 1, and I'm continuing my reaction and analysis of Epic the Musical. So I was recommended this by a friend and coworker of mine who was really into it and um, wanted me to get into it as well. I am a huge history fan. I'm a history teacher myself, and I teach a mythology class, so it makes sense for me to familiarize myself with this as an adaptation of the Odyssey by Homer. This is entirely a musical. There's no kind of framing device, no narrative, um, no like narration liaison between the songs. It just goes from one song to another. And the awesome thing about it is, so far, it has been amazing, genuinely, unbelievably good. And it's all been done by a college student and a bunch of kids around his age, 20s, more or less. They did it together as a college thing. They um, released it in parts over the course of about 2 years or maybe three. I'm not sure. Um, in On TikTok and then on YouTube, to see that much skill and talent is sitting there, an untapped resource. And then I watched like the trailer for like the Nolan film for the Odyssey, and I go, really, with all that money and resources, and you couldn't hire a historical advisor or mythicist or classicist to help you? But all of it has been so good. The animatics are really good. I understand that none of them are official, really. Like, I know that some have been claimed as official by the crew, but they weren't made by um, Jorge Rivera Herranz. I'm sure I've mispronounced your name, and I'm so sorry. Um, I don't remember the exact order of the last names, um, but they're all really good. They're all amazing. And I was also told, by the way, Jorge not only composed the songs, wrote the lyrics, but he also does the voice of Odysseus. So, damn, that's really talented. Like, talk about a multifaceted person. So, like I said, we ended with the end of the Ocean Saga with the song Ruthlessness, which, by the way, climbed immediately to my favorite song of the musical so far. And it's had some pretty stiff competition. Now, I was warned that it will be a very emotional musical, and I assume I'm going to get fairly emotional when we meet Odysseus's dog, um, and Odysseus meets back up with Telemachus and Penelope eventually. Spoiler alert. I know Greek stories usually are either comedy or tragedy. This is sort of in between. Um, Not really a comedy, but it's not a full blown tragedy. There's at least some small semblance of a happy ending. But I'm going to be analyzing this as a huge fan of myth and history, and I've read these many times. So I will be pausing quite a lot and talking quite a bit. So I apologize if that's not your thing. This is not meant to be a replacement for watching the actual musical. Please go to Jorge's channel and watch the original or listen to the original songs. It is well worth it. I promise you, this musical so far has been unbelievably good. So, starting with Puppeteer is the next song on here. Yeah. And immediately a tone shift. Light guitar strings, island vibes, you can feel the waves.
Captain, I have something that I must confess. Something that I must get off my chest.
Your dumbass opened up the windbag, I assume?
Until it is said I cannot rest. Captain,
You really gotta make sure this island is secure.
but Captain,
There's only so much left we can endure. Whatever you need to say can wait some more. Of that I'm sure.
okay.
So they go to explore the island, and I'm guessing they're gonna meet Circe.
Eurylochus, back so soon. Where's the rest of your crew? And by the gods, what happened to you?
We came across a palace. Inside we heard a voice. It seemed to show no malice. To greet it was our choice.
I know I haven't thrown enough flowers at Eurylochus's voice actor, the guy that does the singing, but he is really good too. Like I said, I haven't found a singer yet in this musical that I don't like. So that speaks to just how good this adaptation is, and the casting choices, all spot on.
But nothing could prepare us for the power that awaited inside.
What did this palace hide?
Sir, since we left home, we faced a variety of foes from a wide range of places. Gods, monsters, you know the roster. Hostile creatures that we could resist. But this was a hell of a twist, cause we are weak to a power like this.
What was it?
A woman.
What?
She had...
What? Wait, what?
We are weak to a power like this.
What was it?
A woman.
What?
Okay. Face. Okay, first of all, little cat face for Circe, and that's adorable. That line delivery, what was it? A woman. What? That was perfect. That's absolutely perfect. So, I mean, it makes perfect sense. These men haven't seen a woman really probably in a few years. Outside of maybe war prizes, which, let's not get into the logistics of that, but realistically, like, encountering women in their, like, naturally, not like captured in war, but just naturally, not in at least 10 years. They've been away from home. They haven't seen their wives, their families. They haven't been in a normal setting or situation in so long. Sometimes, and it isn't just brute power, it isn't violent power, it's seductive power. It's a sweet smile, just some kind words. That would be enough for these guys who, again, have been deprived of female contact for at least 10 years. So that makes perfect sense.
She had us in just 2 words.
Come inside.
I get the double meaning.
Welcome to the best part of your life. Go ahead and rest wherever you like. I've got you. Don't worry, Sassy's got you now.
Is the singer British? The singer sounds British.
Only I stayed outside, but the rest went in.
Take a seat. Let me bring you all something.
Let me bring you all. Yep. Okay. Yeah, she's British. Again, phenomenal voice. Circe has a great voice here.
To eat. I bet you're tired from the years spent on your
I like her design.
I've got you. Don't
The
worry,
midriff is a
Sassy's
bit
got you now.
anachronistic, but it looks
By the
cool.
time they ate, it was far too late.
Makes sense for a
Inside the
seductress.
meal,
Think of your past.
Okay, so yeah, she is, for those of you who don't know, Circe is a sorceress. She is an enchantress. She's also, I think, a minor goddess. And she... It isn't that she necessarily hates men. She's wary of men. And in order to ensure that they don't pose a threat to her or her nymphs, she turns Odysseus's men into pigs. Now, there's a whole other thing about Circe and turning people into animals. I don't know if it'll be relevant. I can explain it if it is, but yeah, Circe is incredibly powerful. And I want to see sort of where they go with this.
she had cast a spell.
And your mistakes,
They began to squeal
they'll be the
and grow
last
snouts and tails.
mistakes you'll make.
She changed them.
I've got all the
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer.
The art's really good.
Transformed.
This
Anybody
is
who's tried to draw hands know how hard that was.
She turned our men
The world is not
from men to pigs.
and to forgive.
She changed them.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer, yeah.
We have to go save them.
No, we don't.
Okay, here we go, Eurylochus again. What do you mean, no, you don't? You were 600 men, now you are 40 men on one boat. Most of your men are currently pigs. What do you mean, no? First of all, you can't sail alone. You can't handle the boat with just you and Odysseus. That's not going to happen. But 2, You're gonna abandon the men to live out their lives, however long that might be, before Cersei craves some bacon. You're gonna leave them as pigs?
Look at all we've lost and all we've learned. Every single cost is so much more than what we've earned. Think about the men we have left before they're none. Let's just cut our losses, you and I, and let's run.
This is an idiotic idea. This is genuinely Eurylochus living up to the frustration of all classicists who can't stand Eurylochus in the book. No, you can't do that. You can't sail these boats with what, 10 guys left? No, that it's not possible. And also, really? You're that quick to abandon your comrades? Okay.
Of course I'd like to leave now. Of course I'd like to run. But I can hardly sleep now, knowing everything we've done. There's no length I wouldn't go.
Oh,
if
there's
it was
Hermes.
you I had to
Well, there's a
save.
solution to the Circe problem.
I can only hope you'd do the same.
I like the little guilt tripping.
No one will find
If it were
their
me
right
kidnapped, I'm
between
sure I would
you.
like to think you would do the same to
Would you
save
choose to
me.
leave?
Their loving queen.
I don't know.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play.
Ooh, that's really cute. The little bounce.
This is the
And she's
prize.
hard to
The
say,
animatic here is done so well.
We draw the
but you don't have to play.
line. Watch from above.
The cinematography, for lack of a better word.
Power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer, yeah.
So, this song, again, I love the voices. I know I didn't give Eurylochus enough credit in his last major song, which was Luck Runs Out, I think. But he does really well here. As much as I'm not the biggest Eurylochus fan in the book, but you know, that's not neither here nor there. Cersei's voice, again, I'm almost certain it's a British woman. She's doing an amazing job. She sings beautifully. I'm not a huge fan of the chorus. No, I don't play. I'm a puppeteer. Like, puppeteer itself is such a clunky word to make flow and rhyme. It's hard. So sometimes I feel like the vocals and the beat of the music are struggling to keep up with the word itself. I don't know if I, but I do like the idea that she is relishing in the power that she has over Odysseus's men. That's pretty accurate to the myth. So let's continue. The next song is Wouldn't You Like? Whoa, what laugh is that? Okay, that has to be Hermes. That has to be Hermes. We saw the little boots. So Hermes is actually the one that solves the dilemma of how to deal with Circe's magic. Gives Odysseus a root of moly, which basically counteracts the power of Circe's magic, so that she can't ensorcel him. Like, her magic to turn him into a pig doesn't work because of the root. But that cackle. Seriously. And the art style is completely changed.
What a brilliant speech you gave.
Who goes there?
Just a friend
we go.
who could help you save your men.
Another Brit.
Foe like Circe's not to be messed with. You want to beat her, you'll need the blessing of a certain god. Divine intervention, someone who's not afraid to send a message.
Oh, that's clever. Someone who's not afraid to send a message. Because he's the messenger god. He's not just that. He's the god of messengers, travelers, thieves, and he invented the lyre. So there's a whole bunch of things that he's the god of. Basically everything that other gods don't want to be the god of, he's sort of jack of all trades. He's also a trickster. I do kind of like that they're making him sort of a, I don't know, I don't want to say silly, but he's not a serious person. Because he's a trickster in the myths. He's born a trickster. Just ask what he does to Apollo. But yeah, I do like that rendition of him. And it makes sense since Hermes is like Odysseus' grandfather or great grandfather. Ooh, clever wordplay. Okay, so quick thing. Okay, that is the caduceus, and it is not associated with medicine, and I do not understand why so many hospitals have that symbol as a medical symbol. What they should have, and what most ambulances have on them, is the staff of Asclepius, who is the god of medicine. So I don't know why, like, the staff with the wings and the two snakes wrapping around like that. That is Hermes' staff, the caduceus. It is not associated with medicine. The staff of Asclepius is. It has nothing to do with the musical. It's just a personal annoyance that I have, a gripe of misunderstanding and getting staffs mixed up in Greek mythology. That's all it is. I am loving the beat and the vibe to this. It's very fun. It's very playful.
You can be hurt, or you can be her. Wouldn't you like to have some of the magic? Wouldn't you like your outcome preferred? Deep in the night, the fight can be tragic. I'll help you conquer her. She can turn you to an animal that'll end up on a plate. She can all but make you fall in love like you're on your 100th date. She can conjure up a monster.
Ooh.
That'll grind you to the bones.
Monster.
She has all the ways to haunt ya.
Right there, see? Ooh. Hold on. I want to hear that again.
That'll grind you to the bones. She has all the ways to haunt ya when you take her on a love. Wouldn't you
Ooh.
like a taste of
Okay.
power? Wouldn't you like to use more than
He's.
deep in the night to fight?
I'm liking Hermes.
You can be hurt or you can be turned. Wouldn't you like to have some of the magic? Wouldn't you like your outcome preferred? Deep in the night, the fight can be tragic. I'll help you conquer her. Oh, oh.
His voice is so good. Okay, there's the moly.
You must consume and digest it, then you'll manifest a being of your creation. Needs imagination,
High note.
though it's only for a moment. Till you've beaten your opponent.
And I call this root holy moly.
That's clever. So the actual root, the actual plant is called moly. So holy moly, like holy moly, but also because he's a god. This is okay. This is just fun cleverness.
Your opponent.
And I call this root holy moly.
Okay, that laugh is insane. Ooh.
Hermes! Thank you.
Don't thank me, friend. You very well may die. Good luck.
Okay, so that's the end of that song. Okay, Hermes, woo, way up here. Okay, so I really liked Hermes. I love the vibe of that song. The energy had me bopping and moving. I'm not really like in a position to dance. I don't really have a lot of room because there's like my bookshelf's right here, my bed's right here, so I don't really have a lot of wiggle room. But my God, that's a catchy song. If there's any song in this saga that I'm gonna be like whistling or humming later, it's gonna be that one. That I can tell you automatically. It's gonna be hard to beat that one. And it's weird. The gods have some of the best voices. Like, okay, Athena, so far the best female voice. I like Circe. I really do. Athena's high notes are insane. The chest voice hitting those notes is crazy. And so far, Poseidon's gravelly voice, like that I've been gargling seawater for eternity kind of voice. That's so good. And then Hermes, again, I don't know why suddenly so many characters became Brits, but it works. He's like this irreverent, joking guy, which yeah, fits with like the trickster archetype. I really like it. So the next song is Done For. So I'm guessing based off of what I'm looking at here, this is Odysseus meeting Circe in person. And the art style changed again, quite drastically. Oh, hold on.
Lady of the palace, sorry that I asked this, but I hope that I've been misinformed. I sent out some scouts to take a look around through here, and they wound up at your doors. Through the years we seldom get a warm welcome, so I must ask just to be sure. Did you do something to them?
Who, me? All I did was reveal their true form.
You turned them into pigs.
Okay, that was cute. Huh. I guess their true forms were pigs. All men are pigs. That I'm guessing is the joke, but it's delivered really well. Again, Circe's voice is really really good.
Reveal their true form.
You turned them into pigs.
I don't know who you are nor why you're here, but let me make this one thing clear. I've got people to protect, nymphs I can't neglect, so I'm not taking chances, dear. If you make one wrong move, then you're done for. Anything I don't approve, then you're done.
Is that a chimera?
I could put a spell on you when you're done for. Boy, you better run, or soon you will be done for.
I don't mean to tip your scale, but you will fail at placing any spells on me. I just ate a flower, one that claims your power, so you better cower now and flee.
You must be a liar, mortals can't acquire money without dire consequence.
Then I must be a god like you, cause I got this root from the ground with my
Okay, you can't go saying things like that in Greek mythology. If you compare yourself to a god, you're gonna get smote. Smitten. You are going to be smote. Yeah, I'm not sure which one you would use with a helping verb. Whatever. Here we see. Again. We're seeing a bit of Odysseus' hubris. I guess that means I'm a god like you. Circe is, I think, a minor goddess, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while, so if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comment section. I'm more than happy to be proven wrong on any detail or fact that I might misremember. Please correct me.
I must be a god like you, cause I got this root from the ground with my bare hands.
Hermes gave it to you, didn't he?
Okay, fine. Yes, but regardless.
Okay, that was cute. The way he said that. Yes, okay, whatever.
My bare hands.
Hermes gave it to you, didn't he?
Okay, fine. Yes, but regardless. You and I are now even. Our fates are intertwined.
Hermes is just sitting in the back watching through the window with popcorn. He's here for the show. Which, again, it really does fit his character. Hermes sometimes just would cause trouble just for the shits and giggles. Just for the lulls.
Attached, I've got people to protect, friends I can't neglect, so now there is no turning back. You've made your one wrong move, now you're done for. I will be the one to prove that you're done for. Not even a spell saves you, cause you're done for. Oh, you better run, or soon
Oh, come
you
on,
will be
Circe.
done for.
You knew how this was gonna go. Mages have like 1 HP. You're squishy. As soon as it became a fisticuffs battle, you lost.
You've lost.
Yeah, see?
My nymphs are like my daughters, I protect them at all costs. The last time we let strangers live, we faced a heavy loss. You've given
Men assaulted her nymphs, raped them. That's what's being referenced here.
me no reason to bestow you with my trust, but everyone's true colors are revealed in acts of lust.
I'm not sure I follow.
Love Roblox.
Okay, so that is... we got an ad real quick, so I'm going to pause and... Okay, yeah, I don't know why I'm suddenly getting ads. I didn't get ads yesterday. I don't know what's going on, but I'll try to pause the recording and skip the ad so you guys aren't forced to deal with it.
There are other ways of
Oh,
persuasion.
is this another song?
There
It is.
are
Okay,
other
we moved to a
modes
different
of
song.
control.
Okay, let me really quick address art style. I don't think I'm a huge fan of that art style, the one that we just saw in Done For. There are specific panels that looked really good, but I feel like the other arts animatics are just better. The music was fine. There was this weird roaring in the background that I wasn't sure what was going on there. I don't know if it was like the sound of their magic or his or her magic. Um, but yeah, no, in the book, as soon as Circe realizes that her magic does not work on Odysseus, she begs for her life. Um, because she realizes she's a mage. She's a sorcerer. You guys have played D&D. You guys have played any RPG, any medieval fantasy RPG. Squishy. As soon as you get within physical contact, within melee range, Dunzo. She's not a fighter. She relied on her magic. As soon as the magic didn't work, she's screwed.
There are other means of
Okay, so she's gonna try and seduce him.
There are other roads to the soul. There are other actions of passion. You have so much left to learn.
Oh, hair's down. You're done.
Want to save your men from
Over.
fire. Show me that you're willing to burn.
Nope. That's gonna be a hard one.
Don't be afraid. Think of your past. Don't break when there is so much power, but there's no puppet here. This is the price we pay. Love. There is no
Yep.
line. Never
I love. Oh, the callback to "I'm Just a Man," and here he's like, I don't know if he's trying to justify cheating. He's like, look, of course I can't resist. I'm just a man, and it's been years since he's been with any woman.
so much power, but there's no puppet here.
I can't.
I appreciate the sentiment, but yes, you can, and you do. I get it. There's sort of this sort of debate within academia regarding this part of the story, where how much of it was really consensual in the power imbalance. He's a human, she's a goddess and a witch, and infinitely more powerful. But he spends, I think, is it a year? He spends a good chunk of time on Circe's island. I'd have to look to see exactly how long, but he spends some time there on Circe's island. And they do sleep together, and if I remember correctly, she bears him a child, a son. So, but I do like the idea that in this musical he is he's trying very, very hard to be loyal to Penelope, because in the Odyssey, even though he does sleep with Circe and later with Calypso, although Calypso is a bit different because it is functionally rape. She is physically forcing herself on him against his wishes for years, which is why Calypso is extremely problematic. So I'm curious to see how they handle that. But even when he is with another woman, he's thinking of Penelope. The story makes it clear that his thoughts are never far from home. The only thing that's pushing him to keep going through all the hardships is his desperate, insane desire to get home, and his love for Penelope and for Telemachus. When I say that those two are made for each other, that Penelope and Odysseus are made for each other, a match literally made in heaven, I cannot stress it enough. They are both the smartest, most cunning, pragmatic, clever, problem-solving individuals of their age. They are perfect for each other. they understand how each other thinks. They so it's hard to imagine in our modern age because male promiscuity is such a common thing in antiquity. There isn't really a big stigma against it. For a man to have a mistress or have a second wife or to have concubines or to be, to sleep around after being married is so common in antiquity. It's not looked at in a negative way, the same way that it would be if a woman was doing the same. And we can claim foul and double standards and whatnot, and that's fair. Um, I would argue that there are some social conventions that sort of make a bit more sense, but it doesn't detract the fact that it is a double standard. Odysseus is rare in antiquity in that his marriage is not a marriage of political convenience. His marriage is not one of uh, like prearranged when they were young. They love each other. They genuinely, unironically, are disgustingly, sickeningly in love. Like the kind of love where you look at it and you're like, okay, get a room. That kind of love. Um, to give you an idea, I'm spoiling the end. Sorry, spoilers. I'm gonna spoil the end of the book. Once Odysseus finally makes it home and everything is copacetic. By the way, we are nowhere near. But once that happens, Athena, who is the ultimate wing woman, basically convinces um, the goddess of the night and the god of the sun to basically give them 24 hours. Basically, look, don't, like, the night needs to keep going, the sun needs to not come out. Give them enough time to get 2 decades, spoiler, 2 decades of pent up sexual frustration out of their system. And they do. Like, all night for 24 hours. First of all, impressive. 2, Athena, amazing wing woman. And 3, think about how much, by the end of this, especially as we keep going, think about how much Odysseus has gone through and how badly he wanted to get back to his wife. So him being portrayed as being loyal, this kind of loyal in the face of this. And again, this is a change from the musical or from the book, but it is a worthwhile one and I think an important thematic one. So I'm gonna let it keep going.
Back at home, my wife awaits for me. She's my everything, my Penelope. And she's all my power, all my power. But it's been 12 long years, oh, 12 long years since I have seen my wife. And now the god of tides is out to end my life. So I beg you, Circe, grant us mercy and let us puppets leave.
Poseidon, eh?
Okay, so I don't know where he got 12 years. It shouldn't have been 12 yet. Maybe 10 or 11. Getting a little ahead of yourself, Jorge, but okay, let's go with this timeline. 10 years. 12 years. Okay, it's been 12 years. So 10 years at war, 2 years at sea. I love this little moment where where he plops down and her eyes are huge and she's like, I guess we're in therapy now. He's just venting about his frustrations and his desperation to get back to his wife. And again, I cannot emphasize enough how big of a thematic thing this is in the books, how in love Odysseus is with Penelope, and it's mutual. Penelope is insanely in love with and loyal to Odysseus in the face of a lot of political and social pressure. So for them to really home in on and focus on the tragedy of their separation and how desperate Odysseus is to get back to her, I think is a beautiful decision. Even if it tweaks a little bit the actual story, I think it's thematically very poignant.
Seen my wife, and now the god of tides
Poseidon.
is out to end my life. So I beg you, Circe, grant us mercy and let us puppets leave.
Poseidon, eh? There might be a
It's usually
way
either
to
him or Zeus.
evade him. There might be a way to get home.
God, I think that's cool.
Though
The
this
hair.
other way's very dangerous.
Tiresias.
It might be your one final hope. I know of a brilliant prophet. Problem is this prophet is dead. I can't get you home, but I'll get you to the underworld instead.
Ooh, that design for Tiresias.
I'll release your men and I'll get you to the underworld instead.
Wait, you're helping us?
There are many ways of persuasion. There are many modes of control. Maybe showing one act of kindness leads to kinder souls down the road. I remember actions of passion. I have been in love once before.
Oh, so they do reference it.
Maybe one day.
Okay, so I actually thought about this when I was talking about the other song, and I wasn't sure if I should really get into it or mention it. Circe and changing people's physical appearance is not a new thing. It isn't specific to Odysseus and his men. In fact, Odysseus will meet one of her other victims not too far into the future from here. So there's a story, and the details on it I'm very fuzzy on, so I don't remember the name of the guy that she falls in love with. But she falls in love with this guy who comes to her because he's in love with another woman named Scylla, and he wants Circe to provide a love potion so that Scylla will fall in love with him. But because she's in love with the guy, she gives him a potion to give to Scylla that turns her into the monster that we now know as Scylla. So I know of actions of passion. I've been in love once before. Yes, and this is why Circe is one of those characters where you're like, this is why I was saying, like, I don't know how entirely consensual we would look at the relationship in the book between Circe and Odysseus, because again, if he pisses her off for any reason, she can turn him into any number of things. And we know that she can be incredibly spiteful and jealous. So there is a risk here. So I like that they make an allusion to this, although I don't know how many people would immediately recognize that as a reference.
The world will need a puppeteer no more.
Ooh, that
Or maybe
voice.
one day the world will need a puppeteer.
So much power, so much power.
Ooh,
There's no puppet here.
how is it still going up? No, no way. Did you hear those high notes? Holy crap, it kept going.
So much power, so much power, but there's no puppet here. No, she's not a bear, she's a puppeteer. No, she's not a bear, she's a puppeteer.
It's insane. Okay, so that is There Are Other Ways. That is my favorite of the Circe songs, and I believe that's the last one before we get to the Underworld saga. Yes, it is. So I'll leave it here. So far, like, I can't tell you how good these songs are, how good these voices are. I'm sure you'll see me when I'm like, holy crap, like those moments. That's me just being blown away by that chain of high notes. Not in a million years. Jesus Christ. Okay. So the Circe saga, I really liked it. I really liked Hermes' song. I'm gonna be listening to that on my own for a while. Just letting you know. Um, Done for, Done for sits in the same category as Storm and Luck Runs Out. I'm sure it could have been truncated. Realistically, so could Hermes' song. Hermes' song, I don't think was crucial to the story, but it could have probably been fused with Done for. But I'll just say, Wouldn't You Like was to me a better song, and I think I'm happy that it got a full song slot rather than part of a song or a lead in to another song. Done for, I think it needed to happen. I don't know if it needed as much time as it did, but it did give the reasoning behind Circe needing to protect her nymphs and acting this way. So I think that was all really well done. I can't wait to start the Underworld saga, and um, yeah, I'm about. Am I halfway there? I'm about a little under halfway. I think halfway would be about here. I think. I'm not sure, but we'll see. So, I will see you guys shortly. I'm gonna upload this and move on to the next part of Epic the Musical. Thank you guys for watching.